Welcome back to episode 6 of Running with the Wolves. I'm Christian and this is Dustin, and we are here to bring you everything to do with the world of running. From high school track and field all the way to ultra marathons, we are here to bring you the news. So today our guest is Anderson Bobo, sophomore at the University of North Florida, varsity runner, top 7. Today we're going to be talking about, what his season and how it's going, how he's transitioned out of high school, what it's like to run in Florida and to be on an interstellar team, hoping to get out of the region and make it to nationals. We'll be talking about high school prospects across the state and the country this year, and like who's doing what, where some of the high schools are going, some of the big upsets and big finishes. And we'll end with, as we normally do, with what our podcast is centered around, with is what our interviewee and how running has shaped their life and how it's made them who they are in their everyday prospects of being. So with that said, give Anderson a warm welcome, and Dustin, I will leave it up to you now.
All right, so Anderson, thank you for coming on. What's it been like running for UNF this year?
Well, first, thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome. I love what you're doing. Once I heard you guys were making a podcast, I'm like, I got to see what they're doing. I got to follow them, and I'm lucky to be on, guys. Thank you. So, running at UNF, it's awesome. I love it. I love the team. I love the coach. Like, it's a good fit for me, which I think is a big thing that people should look at when they're going to college for sports or for just academics, is just if you're the right fit. And I have a lot of fun here with the guys, so couldn't ask for anything else.
Yeah. So what has been the biggest training adjustment for you from high school to college?
Definitely the mileage
Mm-hmm.
and probably the pace of the runs. So I had a great high school coach. I went to Lake Highland Prep in Orlando, Rudy Chihawk. He's the GOAT. I love him. But so we did pretty low mileage in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So probably in track, I would be like around 30-ish miles. And I was hurt a lot my senior year, so I didn't really get to ramp it up to really I wanted it to be. So I went from 30 in track to doing 60 my first freshman year, fall. So last year. And then just that, and then adjusting to college, it's a lot. So I was tired a lot. I was tired in the runs. These guys are going way faster than I'm used to running. So I think you just kind of got to take care of yourself and make sure you're policing yourself and doing what's relative to yourself.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And doing the best you. But I think I've adjusted, so hopefully
You got it.
keeps to go well.
Yeah, you seem to have with finish. Yeah, with a finish of 26-30 something at UF a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was 26:40, just my first race of the season, and so
Yeah.
only up from here.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Christian.
No, I was thinking, something you guys already said, I think is important, I think everything for a freshman in college kind of starts at the coach and the atmosphere that you're feeling. So, for you, your new, college collegiate coach and stuff, how important was it, him focusing on the individual aspects of you as a runner, even being a freshman, and how has his coaching for you helped you to stick around and stay fresh?
So Coach Fig has been awesome with me, and for all the people that are on the team. So we do have some foreigners too, some kids from France and Germany that are used to lower mileage, and so he hasn't really thrown us to the wolves and say, all right, go run 100 miles or something like that, like some bigger schools might do. He's really made sure that each person is on their plan and progressing at a good pace. So, and I've had a good relationship with him. He's easy to talk to, so it's always communication is key in most things in life. So it's awesome to be able to communicate with him, and so we can go back and forth and know what we're doing.
Yeah, for sure. So, now, on to high school. Bobo, what do you think about what's going on this weekend in high school?
Well, so I know we had the FSU invite pre-state, which is always a favorite of mine in high school. Just going there, all the teams at the state meet course, great atmosphere. So then we also had Great American, and that's all I know about right now.
Yeah, and that's really all there was this weekend. That was really on the map. But it looks like, from what the results have said, we had Michael Phillips from Childs went sub 15 and got second, beat Jacob McLeod, his second defeat to someone from Florida this year, actually, after Charles Hicks beat him at Spikes and was not Spikes and Spurs, a meetup in Jacksonville. But what are you thinking for Foot Locker finalists? Who do you think out of Florida could realistically be a finalist?
To add into that, watching Florida, we're kind of the sprint capital for high schools. but never really the distance, when you see some of these other schools in the north. And it's really cool to start watching high schoolers from Florida come out and start running really fast times, considering we don't have all this much elevation. So I think that's really cool that, Hicks, Paul, and, Michael and stuff are just running super fast and finally making a name for Florida in the distance. And I think that's really, really helpful. But I don't know. Where do you think, Anderson, on the whole who could make it to Foot Locker or not? So
you can never count out Hicks. Like, the season just started. Some of these kids aren't in their final forms yet. Still got a month till the state meet, and then an extra 2 weeks to the Foot Locker regional. I'd say Hicks is probably a good bet. And with that, Michael Phillips, that kid, he's a good runner. He just dropped he beat another kid that made it to the finals last year. So I think he's a good bet. And then I'd say the dark horse is probably Paul Stafford right now, who just won the FSU pre-state race in 15:29, which apparently he was just chilling, according to Dustin. I think he's a dark horse.
Yeah,
he's interesting.
I certainly think Hicks has got a good shot. We'll see how it progresses, because I know his track season was not at his best, and he came out guns blazing in crosses. He got beat by Joey Fitzpatrick, and then came and ran 15:26 and beat Jacob McLeod the next week. But then
you got to see him too. That Hicks was a sophomore going to that big race last year. There's not a lot of Florida guys he has a lot to train with. So I think the big thing for him is that probably his track season was a bit of a dud, probably because his body was worn out. He's definitely got some growing to do. So me personally, I gotta agree. I think that kid, especially by his senior year, is actually going to be a force to reckon with in the top 10 of Foot Locker, in my opinion. Michael Phillips, obviously, with his amazing win in the sub-15, that's just phenomenal. It's what we need. And then, Paul is interesting. He's had an interesting career in high school. He's ran decently fast, but over the summer he made a real push to lower his times in a real finite way, and I think that's really awesome. So I think Paul is going to be the dark horse and has got definitely a good shot after showing what he can do this weekend.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you look at it's on Mile Split US, it's on the front page of Mile Split US, you can watch it. But if you look, he was at the mile comfortably at FSU today at 4:53, and then dropped the entire field at a mile and a half, the same way he did to Hicks at, I believe, at Bishop Kenny, wherever, Katie Caples. It's the same thing he did to Charles Hicks. What he's good with, he will push in the middle of the race. If the leader's pace slows up, he'll make a surge and he'll drop them, and it's pretty much lights up from there, I think, in my opinion. He's just so disciplined on his paces, and I think that's starting to really show in racing. I think that there's not really a shot of beating him if the race slows up really anywhere. This is a bold prediction, but I'm going to say he probably won't see his first non-first place finish until Foot Locker Regionals.
So you think he's got a good chance at winning the state meet?
I do. I do think he's good. I think he can definitely beat Hicks at the state meet. He did beat him earlier this season, and he did actually go off course when he beat him. So
2A is going to be really fast.
2A will be tough. It'll be between Hicks and him, and really there's no one else that'll catch him. Turpy Phil's quick, but he won't catch him, and Gibran I don't think will catch him either. They're on kind of another level.
Yeah.
Hey, there's still a month left though. Who knows?
For sure.
People could burn out. People could get better. I know my high school didn't start doing track workouts till this past week, so you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, knock on wood, but injury too, man. You never know.
That's true.
Yeah, it's really looking good. These high schoolers getting so fast.
And on the girls' side, what are you guys thinking? If you guys are paying attention to the girls' side, Anna Wallace from Childs today went 17:26 at Great American. Raffaella went 18:10. Bailey ran 18:10 at a very, very tough Holloway Park course that I personally can vouch for, and Christian can personally vouch for. And Anderson, if you ever run it, I'm sure you could vouch for it. Holloway Park's rough.
I'm not.
It is very rough. It's a slow course, and it's also long. For all the people out there that don't know, it is 3.2. It is.
You gotta put in Alyssa Hendricks in there too.
And Alyssa Hendricks, yeah. Alyssa Hendricks, who ran 18:14 at Holloway Park, very, very tough course. If you look at the mile split rating, it's plus 40 for a 15 flat guy.
For girls is where you're going to be looking. After watching the state meet last year, I think that was kind of a big upset. Although Bailey did win, which was not a surprise. Rafaela, who drops like a 10:28 in the or 2 mile, got beaten by Alyssa, who came out of nowhere, who was first a soccer player, and she just did running just to get in shape for soccer, and boom, she's training with Coach Dunn out in Lithia, and now she's running these crazy fast times, just 4 seconds off of Bailey and stuff. So I think when the state meet comes, and I think the state meet too is different than your normal running because it's kind of like looking at an Olympic race. You're looking to win, not place for time. And kids get nervous, kids freak out, and people who run really fast times just don't run really fast because they're so nervous. So I think it's going to be a race of nerves for that, and it's going to be, I don't know, I think it's anybody's game for the state meet, to be honest.
Yeah, on the girls' side, I think in 4A with Bailey being there and obviously Alyssa being there, they won't have to worry about Hannah Walsh. She is 3A with Childs. But I think from what I've seen with Bailey and what we've all seen with Bailey, she does not have the championship racing issue in cross country. She will go win the race by 30 to 40 seconds every year at state meet.
Yeah, she could fall down and get last and then get up and pass everybody.
Yeah,
so
in a mile, yeah.
Yeah.
But, so we'll go class by class. Predictions. Here, 1A. What are you predicting for 1A this year, Bobo?
For boys?
Yeah.
Who's in 1A?
Foley.
I'd say Trevor Foley right now is the favorite. I think he's beating the field by a lot. And then for the guys' teams, I think it'll be close between his team, Citrus Christian, and I think Mount Dora Bible is coming on strong. So they're a good group of guys. I worked at Brevard Distance Running Camp this summer up in North Carolina, and they're up there, and they seem to have a good squad who's really focused.
Yeah, they've got 3 in the 1630s right now. Their 4 and 5 will be their issue. And then 2A, obviously, the team battle we all know will be between Satellite, Trinity Prep, and Bowles, as it is every year in 2A. And obviously we had, said it's, in my humble opinion, I think it will either be Paul or Hicks. I don't think anyone will catch the two of them. Obviously things can happen. But as of right now, those are the two front runners. And I'm going to give it to Paul just because of his head-to-head win this season. What do you guys think on that?
I think the guys' team race is going to be really tight. I don't think I can say anything on it because I remember last year Trinity and Bowles were neck to neck, and then Bowles thought they won, but then they didn't score one of Trinity's runners. So, and then with Satellite along, apparently they're split at, I think at Bishop Kenny it was like 10 seconds or something crazy like that. So, but for individual, I'm just going to have to go with Hicks right now because he did run 15:07 on that same course last year.
That's true.
So I'm going to give him the slight edge just because he has placed the highest out of any of them. But, yeah, it's still up for grabs. I don't really know.
Yeah, and then 3A, I think I can pretty confidently say Michael Phillips is on a level of his own right now after, breaking 15 minutes. He's got to be the front runner there. But on the team side, it's going to be tight between Belen and Childs if Collins gets to where he needs to be. It'll be tight between Belen and Childs. Childs probably will win with Newland and Phillips running as fast as they are because Newland also ran 15:49 today.
Okay, that's good.
So I think Childs probably take it. What are you thinking?
I'm with you on that.
You're with me?
Yeah.
I've watched Childs race. I've ran against Childs, and when they put 14 guys in the race for 1 through 14, and they do that every year and stuff. They're just, I think they're there for it. So, what about 4A though? Who do you think is going to be in 4A?
4A on the boys' side, I'm gonna have to go. God,
Who do we have right
I'm
now?
gonna think about this.
We have Bryce Bell, Timothy Doyle.
Yeah.
Who had a great race today? The kid from Sarasota, Ben
Hartsvigsen. You're right. He's got to be the clear front. He's got to be the clear front runner in 4A right now. He ran 15:37.
Yeah.
He ran 16:07 at Holloway Park, a real tough course. It's usually about 30 seconds slow to whatever else you run. He ran 16:07 at Holloway Park last week, and I'm gonna say he went in 15:37 today. I'm saying he's ready to go even faster than that at state meet probably. They've got a great program down there. Every year Sarasota seems to be there. Produce athletes like Zach Summerall, Adam Brattmuller, and now Ben Hartsvigsen. It's going to be tough, too.
Jordan Gonzalez. Don't forget
Jordan Gonzalez, Jay Breezy, you're right.
Yeah, I think Bryce Bell is going to be in the mix too. Lyman, great
Yeah, for
coach, great
sure.
culture there, and then Timothy Doyle because we know he can win championships, 2-time mile champion, and also he seems to peak at the right time. So
Yeah,
He's a
for
great,
sure.
great runner too, because that kid, I mean, he leaves nothing on the track when he's done, or the course. So I think, yeah, for him, I think that would be a good candidate to possibly win the
But I
state.
think on the team side, the clear front runner's got to be Oviedo right now.
oh yeah,
The Galloway twins are now there. They've got Tyson Harper. They have Zach Metz and Angel Fiskoskio. I'm sorry, I just butchered his name. Angel Fiskoskio. But they've got 5 under 17-15. But we know Mamouche is much faster and capable of being much faster than 17-15, being under 5.
oh definitely,
Mamouche and Kayamo Galloway, the twins from Trinity Prep, that is, for anyone who didn't know.
my boys.
They definitely have the capability of going much faster. They've got to be the clear front runner with Steinbrenner on their heels, I suppose. And in 3A, I forgot to say, I think actually, instead of Childs, I think the clear front runner's got to be Vanguard, actually. And Joey Fitzpatrick, I don't think will win the state meet individually over Phillips, but I think they've got 3 guys under 16 right now and 2 under 16-20 for the 4 and 5.
Yeah.
They've got a good squad.
They've got a very good squad this year, so I think they've got the team battle in 3A over Childs. I'm sorry if anyone watching disagrees. Then on the girls' side, 1A is not looking as strong this year. What are you thinking, Bobo?
Ooh, I don't know much about this
I don't either. Here, I'll pull up.
subject, but
I'll pull it up. Christian, what are you thinking on 1A? Do you know?
No, bro, you're asking me. Unfortunately, I'm sticking to the 4A because 1A through 3A, I never took.
Yeah,
much
and
part.
obviously on the team side, Citrus Park Christian in 1A will win the meet with pretty much no problem.
oh yeah, they've been killing it.
Yeah, and it looks like their number 1 girl, Jacqueline Esbances, probably will be the number 1 girl at the state meet too. She's run 18:25 this year.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
speedy.
2A,
Especially-
as we know, has been very fast on the girls' side as well for years now, with Amanda Beach coming out last year. Caitlin Collier's there every year. Nicole Matsuk from Key West. On the girls' side, what are you thinking on 2A?
Pinecrest right now, I think, is the favorite, but
Yes, I agree.
Montverde and Bulls can't count out Bulls. What have they won 4 in a row or something?
Yep.
But yeah, they've got a deep squad. I know they got tons of girls who can break 20. So.
Yeah, and I think Collier probably will win the meet again this year, barring, she hasn't run a whole lot this year. She was in a boot a few weeks ago up Katie Caples when I had seen her, but I think for sure if she comes back, she wins the state meet.
Definitely.
Then 3A, I think it's probably a pretty easy prediction on the individual, as Anna Wallace did run 17:26 today, and it's probably going to make Foot Locker, I think. 17:26 is obviously no joke on the girls' side. It's the fastest time in the state, and at Great American to place second place like that is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd say them and then Niceville, and then, yeah, I think those are the 1-2 right now that are competing for the title.
Yeah, I agree. I think Childs and Niceville will compete. I think Childs have the slight edge just because of the front runner there.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4A, the team battle between Winter Park and Newsom will be the big storyline in 4A for the girls' side.
Your alma mater.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newsom High School. It looks right now really close. The fastest time in 4A on the girls' side actually is Alyssa Hendricks and Rafaela Gibbons, with Bailey coming at number 3. But that number 3 time of 18:10 was on a course with a plus 30 to plus 40 rating. So take it with a grain of salt with time. She does have the head-to-head over Alyssa, who's got number 1 time. And she has not lost a race in 3 years. So I don't think you can, in the state of Florida that is, I don't think you can count her out as a state champion yet.
No, I think she's got a good chance. She produces in her championship racing, if anything else. And she switched to a school that has a deep squad. I mean, the Newsom girls always, every year that we were there, constantly was just producing consistently fast. And this year they're kind of capping out with their seniors. Plus, you've got the freshmen who, Emma Solis last year as a freshman, she finally broke our 800-meter record at the school. And her cross-country season's going phenomenal. So, I mean, I think they've got a good chance, and they work well together, and they got a good coach in Coach Green. So.
I'm gonna have to be the different one here. I'm gonna go with Winter Park.
Oh
I
yeah.
think they've got the best chance right now. They've got a tight split. It seems their whole top five is under 20 right now,
Yep.
and I think they won it the 3 previous years except for last year. They
Yeah.
got second. Is that
Yeah,
what it
they got
was?
second last year. Simon beat them
Yeah.
last year.
Okay, yeah.
Coach Ray
So they
Friedman
want to
led
get
the
it back.
Simon
And
girls past him.
OTP baby,
Yeah,
only the park.
I agree. Oh yeah, that's right. You're from Winter Park, aren't you? Lake
Yeah.
Highlands there.
Gotta go to the hometown.
Yeah, for sure. I think Winter Park girls probably on the team side probably have the advantage over Newsom. Newsom in the rankings are seated second, and they do have 3 front runners capable of being front runners. They've got Emma Solis, who ran 1901.
So long as Rafaela can hold her own, because I think Bailey obviously is the deciding factor for Newsom. So if it's Rafaela, I believe if she can hold her own at least in the top 3, I think that's probably going to shut Newsom down. But
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with Bailey being the key. Bailey, obviously, we're going to expect somewhere from 1 through 3 in the state meet, realistically. 1 through 3, anywhere in there. And if she races bad, at worst, she'll probably get third. Number 2, we've got Emma Solis running 1903, I believe, this season. But our number 3 is Kelly Skalman over at Newsom, and she has run in road races, has run 1905 on the road, and was a middle school state champion in the 1500. So she definitely has the potential to grow. She has run 1948 this season, and definitely has the potential to grow. So that's the 3. But the 4 and 5 are going to be the big deciding factor, somewhere in the high 20s right now. So that the advantage clearly has to go to Winter Park with that, I think.
Yeah.
That's definitely the key.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's fair to assess.
All right. And so now, college talk. Bobo, what do you guys, what's the goal for region this year? And obviously, I know you guys want to win conference, but what's the goal for region?
Oh man, I don't really know if I want to speak on that right now, but I think it's just to do as best as we can. Our team right now is unlike past years where we're like, oh, we're going to do this in regionals, we might make it to national, stuff like that. I think we're really focused on what's in the now.
Yeah.
And our next race is at Alabama next Friday morning, so I think right now we're focused on that.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to conference and regionals, but I think we can do big things there. We got a really good squad, a bunch of guys that are really committed, willing to fight for each other, so hopefully top 5. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. In the perfect world, obviously, you guys go to nationals and get one of the top 2 spots, but it's obviously a tough region with Middle Tennessee being as fast as they are with all the Kenyans, and having teams like Ole Miss, Florida State, Arkansas, Alabama, teams like that, powerhouses.
Yeah.
It's
Arkansas is another one.
Oh, Arkansas isn't the other one?
Yeah.
It's definitely tough to get through. You're in a tough region. So you guys you're a smaller school than them program-wise. The school size is about the same, but you guys are a growing program. You're on the rise. Everyone watch out for North Florida.
Yes, sir. You know it.
And so personally, what is the goal this year?
How does your college look?
What do you say?
How does your college look?
How does my college look?
Dustin.
Oh, okay, Dustin.
So D2, we ran today at Furman. I'm actually not 100% sure with how we ran at Furman. I know the girls got second in the D2 race at Furman today. The guys, I know, were running a 5K, so I can't really speak on it too much for times towards regionals. I imagine they were very fast, but it looks like we should be somewhere in the hunt to get to nationals. I'm not going to speak on whether we will or not because I'm not 100% sure, but we're hoping to be conference champions again this year. That's the main goal.
Okay.
If we get to nationals, great, but I think leave it out there. We've got a young squad, really talented, so I think we definitely have a good shot, if not this year, next year at nationals.
And how do you think individually some of the guys in your team are looking, if nothing else?
Well, Trenton Liberty ran at Mandarin in high school. He has run 26:30 this year in the 5K or the 8K at UF. I'm sorry, about where Anderson came in. They actually came in right next to each other.
Yeah.
But as Anderson can speak, it was a very, very, very hot day at UF. It was very humid, and the times were not what everyone had hoped to. Obviously, Anderson UPR'd, but it was not the fastest meet. So in workouts, our team has looked phenomenal, as I'm sure UNF has, and a lot of teams have. So it's just going to come down to who's the tougher racer, I think, at regionals and conference, because Augusta are very fast in our region, as well as Pembroke. So with Coach Ormsby over there, great coach.
Well, all our schools are facing toughness. Liberty's going through the same things right now. We're seeded because we got 3 new Kenyan guys onto the team, and Azaria obviously is an nationalist finalist and held the 10K leading time for a while. And then obviously, I don't know if you remember James Zentmeyer Anderson.
Yeah.
So he's up here. He just dipped into the 24s the other day. And
24:30.
yeah, so their top 7 is all looking actually to be in the 24s right now, and they're looking pretty decent, but their last 2 guys are going to tag along. And I thought we actually had a little bit easier than you guys. And then I started looking at the rankings, and we've got like Duke's not too bad, but we've got like Kentucky University, Louisville, Furman, North Carolina is going to be definitely a challenge and stuff, and then Clemson obviously, and Appalachian State. So, but it'll be interesting. I always love looking at the regions and stuff and watching the 2 teams move on from there. So it'll definitely be an interesting.
Yeah. And so moving into our final question, as we ask everyone, Anderson, what does running, outside of competition of it, what does running mean to you? What has it done in your life?
I'm going to steal something primarily from basketball, I think, but just the culture, for the culture.
Yeah.
I love the culture of running, so I used to play basketball. I used to be big into AAU and stuff, and then transitioned because my dreams of being an NBA player were squanched by my height of 5'6", 5'7" on a good day. But
yeah.
but I love the culture of it, and then just like meeting you guys. Like I think I met you, Dustin, over a group chat.
Yeah,
just
2 years ago in districts.
Throughout the state of Florida, and
Yep.
I've met so many people and made so many connections through it, and so I just love meeting people that enjoy the same sport that I do and want to see you succeed too. So
yeah,
it's awesome to go to a different state or any college if I'm visiting and like possibly knowing someone there already.
Yeah.
And the lights are out in Dustin's side.
Yeah, the library lights are out. So we're gonna have to wrap it up here, guys. But thank you for tuning in, guys.
Out of this building. With that said, I think I'll wrap this up. It's awesome, guys, and I think Anderson put it well. We're all friends with each other. Being runners is more than just the sport. We've made a good culture around each other. And with that said, we thank you, Anderson, Dustin. We hope you don't get kidnapped. And guys, we will see you back again. And we hope to bring Anderson back on. And next time, hopefully he's here. He'll have some championships under his belt and some initials to his name. So
thank you guys so much.
Thank you again. And Dustin, we'll be back with you guys for episode 7 in the next few days. So, all right, peace.
Kiss on the flip side.
Swoop.